Thank you, African Women Development Fund, for the Zinariya General Grant Support to our organization. We thank the AWDF for the Zinariya General Grant Support to our organization, African Girls Empowerment Network. The Zinariya Grant Award was timely, and we really appreciate the management and the entire team of the African Women Development Fund for their support. During the period, the fund has contributed greatly and has supported two of our initiatives, the AGECares initiative and the STEM Girls initiative campaign, with the details below. One, the AGECares Speak Up and Heal campaign. During the period, as part of our efforts to addressing sexual and gender-based violence against our young women and girls, we carried out a campaign tagged AGECares Speak Up and Heal. The AgeCare Speak Up and Heal campaign was to commemorate the 2022 16 Days of Activism to End Gender-Based Violence and give women the opportunity to speak up and share their experiences to get the needed help to heal and overcome stigma and damaging mental health effects and abuse, and also enable other young women to learn from their experiences. The HK Speak Up and Heal campaign was wrapped up with a Speak Up and Heal Summit, a learning sharing section where we engaged women's rights advocates and civil society organizations, including survivors of gender based violence in sub Saharan Africa, to share their experiences and lessons on how to break the silent culture surrounding gender based violence. In the next slide, we have included some of the lived experiences shared by these women and a poem. Here's a poem from Olivia Annabel. She's from Nigeria and based in Niger State. I read her poem. The violence every day leads to pain, and the feeling that no one will understand leads to constant fear, while the reaction from people face when they see you lead to stigmatization and causes the heart to bleed and be broken. The broken heart leads to depression and silence in the mouth. Morning was an enemy, while the night was like a close friend, and suicide was the only option either way. Here is also a live experience shared by Sumaya Musa. Sumaya Musa is a 23 years old young woman, a Nigerian, who was raped at the age of 6 and was threatened by the rapist not to tell anyone, and that if she does, she will die. So she has been living in the silence for the past 16 years. In her words, she said, each time I try to talk about it, I fear being stigmatized and the fear of who would believe me. So I just keep quiet about it. And I live with this pain for 17 years now. Here is also a continuation of her experience that she has shared. Now on the Age Care Speak Up and Heal campaign impact, since it was launched in November 2022, our Speak Up and Heal campaign has given a voice to 175 of our most vulnerable young women and girls who have been victims of sexual and gender based violence to speak up and to share their stories, including women to women counseling in our safe spaces in schools. And this has helped them to overcome the damaging mental health effects and abuse and stigma. The link below shows the stories of women who have been victims of violence that has been shared during the summit. Two, the HCARES HIV and AIDS Prevention and Cure campaign. During the period, we carried out a community sensitization to educate and create awareness on HIV and AIDS, end stigma, and secure women equal access to HIV and AIDS prevention and cure in Ogun State. We carried out community sensitization in markets, brothels, and schools, where we enlighten women on HIV prevention, including safe sex practices. We also provided them free voluntary HIV testing and referred those who were infected with the virus to health facilities. On December 1st, 2022, in commemoration of the World AIDS Day 2022 tagged Equalize, we also carried out a street awareness campaign on HIV voluntary testing with the full participation of officials from local AIDS control agency in Adodota and support from APIN Public Health Initiative volunteers, dedicated International Nigeria, who provided us with condoms, and Mercury Phoenix Trust. Now on the impact. The AGECares HIV and AIDS prevention and care campaign in communities, schools, markets, and streets. This has helped in sensitizing the women in November, December 2022, and January 2023, and has recorded huge success, all thanks to the support of of African Women Development Fund for the Zinariya Grant Award to our organization. And without this, we wouldn't have been able to reach out to these women. We have visited 8 community schools and reached 539 girls, 3 brothels, and 5 female sex workers lodges and community markets, and reached 450 women, vulnerable women. During the World AIDS Day exercise alone, we conducted free voluntary HIV tests for 100 women and 20 men, also gave them condoms, male and female condoms. 3. Campaign for girls with disabilities inclusion in STEM education and careers. On January 27, 2023, we organized a one-day capacity building workshop for parents, guidance, caregivers, and teachers on the rights of girls with disabilities, with the theme Securing the Rights of Children with Disabilities and Their Inclusion in STEM Education and Careers. And the workshop was aimed at 1. Promoting the inclusion of girls with disabilities in STEM education and careers. 2. To address the challenges facing girls with disabilities in education. 3. Providing safeguarding and promoting child protection policies in schools and at home to protect the rights of these girls with disabilities. The workshop helped educate our participants on the challenges and difficulties girls with disabilities face and how these challenges can be addressed. The participants were also made to know that every child has a right to safety and protection, including girls with disabilities. A counseling section was also held for the girls to share their learning challenges with the mentors. Now on its impact, 150 teachers, parents, and caregivers were in attendance of the workshop, including both virtual and physical presence. During the training, we trained them on how to identify and address issues and challenges facing children with disabilities regarding their education, including STEM education. We also carried out school sensitization in 9 schools in Adodota with a total number of 605 girls. Here is also our outcomes. 4. Organizational strengthening and staff's welfare. The Zinariya Grant Award has also supported the capacity strengthening of our organization and staff's welfare. With it, we have been able to get a common camera for proper documentation of our programs, including outcome harvesting, multimedia monitoring, evaluation, and learning exercises. African Women Development Fund. We, the African Girls Empowerment Network, STEM Girls, says thank you.